Good morning, people. I hope I didn't scare you. I just woke up. This is bed hair. I just had me some breakfast. I got one biscuit left, and I got me some coffee, and I decided I'm gonna film. I'm gonna try to record a blog because I have so much that I need to tell you guys about. Oh my god. So hopefully I'm gonna put some makeup on, fix my hair, and record the rest. Okay, see you guys later. I just got done straightening my hair. Doesn't look bad. And I use two straighteners now. I use a normal size flat iron for most of my hair, and then I use this really skinny one for my baby hairs right here because I have really weird baby hair. They curl, and so if I sweat or there's humidity outside, which I live in Texas, so there's always humidity, I look like a crazy person. So I invested $30 in this so I wouldn't burn my hands every time I tried to get the little baby hairs with this big one here. And yeah, I love it. So let's move on to makeup. Alright, makeup all done, hair all straightened out, and now I feel more of a crazy person I did before, because I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do a little bit of basic makeup. And sorry, my nose, every time I apply makeup I get cat hair, and I feel like they just want to be around my nose, so my nose always itches. But yeah, I was like, I just want to do like a little bit of basic makeup, and yeah, just put some fake lashes on. Yeah, then I decided to go for like these full lips effect without rewatching the video. And now I feel like I look like Marilyn Manson instead of Angelina Jolie. But that's perfectly okay, I suppose. I mean, you know, we're here in, well, not really quarantine, but, you know, where I live, we are shelter in place and only go out for essentials. But this is where I'm going at with this video. I just want to talk about my new job. I'm basically an essential worker now. I started at a doctor's office 2 weeks ago, and I love it. My anxiety has been going crazy. I have really bad anxiety. I take medication for it, so that has helped tremendously, but it's still, you know, it's like, not only is it a new experience, it's new people that I don't know anybody up there. Actually, I do know one person, but it's more like an acquaintance. So I don't know anybody, and it's like, it's a whole new career path. So it's like, everything is very scary, but I do love the work, and it's been really busy with the pandemic that's going around. We're not closing our doors, so I still have to go to work every week. Yeah, I just finished my second week, and I love it. I want to get me my own pretty stethoscope. I have a cheap one from Walmart, which is like, I don't like it. I want to get one that's like at least an arm's length long, and I want to get one that's maybe like it has like the rainbow metal, the rainbow finish. I think those are very pretty. So I want to do that. And I need to get 2 more scrubs so that I have one for each work day. And there goes my nose again. Yeah, scrubs are really expensive. And so I was expecting, because I worked 2 weeks, I was expecting a 2-week paycheck. But it's not, because they kind of do like my old job where they have you a week behind. So I just got 1 week worth of pay. So I'm like, I really needed to buy me some new shoes and everything. So yeah, it's just, nothing is going really as planned. But like I said, like, I really love it, and I'm hoping this will be a career. Like, I cannot stress enough how grateful I am to actually land a job in the medical field, because when I was doing the class for the CMA, the clinical medical assistant, I had so many people tell me that they did the exact same thing. Oh my god, I was on TikTok recording. I'm like, wait a minute. It was just a TikTok message just popped up. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I had so many people tell me that, you know, they did a similar class, you know, they did it online, they went to the same class, and they're like, yeah, I'm a CMA too, but I never found a job. So I was like, was this, for a moment, I kind of doubted, like, was that, like, a good choice to do? Like, did I just waste a bunch of time and money, you know? But, when I got unemployed, I did my unemployed the second time, because where I was working, they laid me off twice in a year. The first time, they laid me off for 5 weeks, which really pissed me off, because I came back as a new hire after 5 weeks. Like, y'all could have worked with me on something, because I had just gained 150 hours PTO. I just got my 5-year bonus, and then I come back as a new hire, and I didn't even get the holiday pay on the first holiday that was happening there. So that really made me really mad. And I had to go through all the tests again. So that was kind of annoying. And then the second time I was laid off for, okay, so yeah. When they laid me off in December, like, I got this job March 16th, which was, oops, sorry. I'm freehanding this. I got this job 5 days after my birthday, so I was like, that's really cool. Let's see what else. Yeah, so I got laid off in December, and then I had time to do my internship, externship, however you want to call it. Normally it's called internship, but since I was going through the college, and it was an, so yeah, that's why it was called externship, because it was away from the college, but I was going through the college. Anyway, so I did that for almost 2 months, so I didn't feel like I was unemployed. I felt like I was working, because every day I'd still get up at 6:30 and, you know, be at work at 8 and all that good stuff. So I really only had about 3 weeks where I was living the unemployed life. And, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Unemployment is a little nice, you know, for a little bit, you know. It's like you have a little mini vacation where you get to, you know, fix stuff around the house and, you know, finish hobbies or projects, not hobbies, finish projects you've been working on, hang out with your pets. But then, you know, you hit that mark where it's like, okay, I'm starting to panic. Like, I need a job. Like I can't do this. Like, I need to be a functioning member of society. So, you know, I was kind of like, for a week, I was like, cool. And then when I had that second week of just not doing anything, I'm like, okay, this is actually like almost 3 months now. Like, and I was like, when I was doing the internship, I was applying, you know, I mean, for unemployment, I was, you know, doing my job searches, and I did more than required because I really wanted a job. And I've had 2 job interviews, which prior to my last job, I've never had that many job interviews, but it was disheartening, because I had, like, the first job interview I did, like, the lady seemed so excited to hire me, but it wasn't in her hands. That's what she told me. But she, like, introduced me to everybody. She printed me out their insurance policy. We went over dress code. Like, she just seemed so excited. And I was like, oh my God, I think I got this. And there was also one of my old coworkers was working there as the front desk person. So I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I was so sure I had it, and then I didn't. And then where I did the internship, the nurse I was training with, she was trying really hard to get me hired on there, because when I was there, one of the LPNs got laid off. Yeah, she was trying to get me hired on, and I'm like, I already know most of this stuff. Like, y'all just need to, you know, give me a little bit more practice with the system, and I got this. But they had issues with MAs in the past, so they didn't want to hire any more MAs, which really made me sad, because I really loved the place where I did my internship, and all the people there were great, and it would have been a great job because it would have been state funded. Oh God, that state insurance, those state holidays. Oh God, it would have been great. But the job I have now is actually really cool too, and I love it. We don't see any kids, we don't see any pediatrics. It's more geriatrics that we see. I'm probably sure I'm butchering that. Y'all remember, I'm German. But yeah, let's see. What else did I want to talk about? So, my ex-boyfriend unfriended me, which is like, okay, that's weird, because we kind of ended it on good terms. He moved away. And I'm kind of glad he moved away, because I was at the point where it's like, I don't think this is working out. Just because, like, he said he was trying to find a job, and I really didn't think he was. You know, when he didn't have a car, didn't have wheels, so, you know, it's like he would walk from his dad's place where he was living at. He would walk 5 miles, which took him an hour, to see me in the rain. But he wouldn't walk 20 minutes to apply at a job that I told him that he surely would get hired for employment. So that was something that bothered me. And I've noticed that instead of whenever I would introduce him to somebody new, or we would go somewhere and we talk to a group of people, instead of, you know, telling them like, hey, I'm rather new to this area, I'm looking for a job, you know, and I don't want to say, you know, because that's basically how I got my first job when I moved to Texas. Like, when I met new people, you know, and, you know, we get to talking, and they'd be like, so where do you work? And I'd be like, I'm actually looking for a job, you know. You know, that's how I got my first job. So, but with him, he would help promote one of his dad's hobbies, which was like a recording studio, which was, they would have every Friday night, they would have karaoke in an open bar, and it was a hobby. Like, they want to turn it into a lucrative business, but we're not in a location where it's not going to happen, you know. It's a hobby, you know. It might make some money on the side, but in the long run, it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to pay your bills with that, which I don't want to be a dream crusher, because, you know, I think it's beautiful, you know, and I'm sure if you work really hard, you probably can make it. Excuse me. Not the virus. I'm just talking without liquids. So yeah, I'm kind of glad when he moved away, because I'm like, you know, I'm not going to drive 2 hours to see you, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so I saw that he had unfriended me because he didn't wish me a happy birthday, which really upset me, you know. And so then we got to talking for a moment, and I was like, I told him that it upset me that he didn't wish me a happy birthday, when I literally, like, I bought him a bunch of birthday gifts, and I hosted a little party at my place, and I had to put all of that on my credit card because I didn't have the money for the party. And, you know, he was all like, well, you didn't have to do that. I'm like, well, if I invite people over to my place, you know, I need to, you know, have something. You can't invite people and be like, you know, you bring wine and you bring snacks. No, you need to have something for, you know, like, of course they bring stuff too, but you have to have something too. Anyway, so, you know, he's like, sorry, I was being a horse's butt. And then he apologized, because when I told him I got a new job, he just kind of sent me, German, he sent me a thumbs up. And that was it. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. So he apologized for that. He was like, well, I still wasn't over you. That's why I wasn't energetic about you telling me you got a job. And it's like, that is the stupidest excuse ever. But anyway, so now comes the real kicker. My old job contacted him because I put him down as a reference. Like, hey, if, you know, we could hire him. But I told them at the time when I was doing it, we weren't hiring. So now they had called him back, and they're like, hey, we're hiring, we'd like to hire you. And he's like, well, I don't live in that area anymore. And so he declined. Well, then he messaged me, and it's like, see, that kind of makes me think that he didn't unfriend me by accident, like he said. Like, he probably unfriended me because, you know, it's like, you know, we're not going to hang out anymore because he lives away. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, now I have a chance to be back where Lexi lives. Okay, so he friended me again. I need to get me something to drink. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, as you can see. And I got me one of these Goya malts, and I think they might have a little too much malt in it for my taste. Because I've been wanting to try them. Because that's what I was drinking in Germany as a kid. Malt beers, what we call them. Non-alcoholic malt beers. Anyway, so he sends me a message like, hey, you know, if you still want me, I can move down there. I can move in with you. I can help you pay the bills. And I kind of ignored it because I'm like, no. I was like, I do not want to date you. I do not want you to live with me because I would go insane. Like, I would avoid coming home just to avoid being around him because when we were dating, like, being around him for a day was great, but then the second day he would get under my skin so bad. Like, it's like, you know, I'm one of those, like, I'm a cool person. I'm laid back, but I guess I just have things that I don't like about other people that I'm not really aware of, you know, that bother me until it happens. And then I'm like one of those persons that I don't really like to mention it. I just try to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, and it was funny. So the night he left, I think he was like, yeah, he was supposed to move Saturday morning, and no, he was supposed to move Friday. So Friday morning, I went and brought him his items that he had and I had like 4 bags of items, and I'm still finding his stuff in my place. Like, he literally, like he said he didn't move in, but yeah, he like put so many of his items in random places. So I'm still finding stuff, and it kind of irks me a little bit. But anyway, he's all like, you know, yeah, you know, I wouldn't have been mad if you kept it. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with an extra small shirt? Like 3 bags and 2 bags of clothes that are extra small. Like, no, I'm sorry. I don't need to keep your clothes, you know? And I had a weird feeling about that. Like, maybe he was trying to be like, oh, well, I still got my stuff at your place, so maybe I can just move back in, you know? And, anyway, so I kind of ignored that, and then he told me that he started talking to somebody else, and then my old job called them, and he realized that he still wasn't over me, blah, 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 and I'm just kind of like, no. And I told him, like, hey, I'm really not looking to date anybody right now. I'm working on me. You know, I got my first goal, which is getting a new job. My next goal is going to be getting either a new car or getting my car fixed. Then I want to get a sectional because I need new living room furniture. And then after that, I'm looking into a new boyfriend. But I told him, after being with him, I really had a wake-up call that I want to date somebody that has their own car that can come and pick me up and take me on a date. Like, I don't need to date another person that lives with their parents, that drives their parents' car, that has no money, that I don't know how I keep attracting these men, but it's like, I guess I just see the good in people, and I fall in love with potential, which is my downfall. And one of my exes, if you're watching this, yeah, you're one of them. You lived with your mom. You drove your mom's car. You didn't pay any utilities, so don't get all, oh yeah, I don't have no bad luck. No, you are the bad luck, in case you're watching, okay? Okay, back to my normal viewers. I'm sorry about that. So I told him that, like, I really don't want to date anybody right now. I'm fine with working on my own. But, and I also told him, I was like, hey, before you put yourself into somebody else's life, like dating somebody new, you need to have a foundation. Like, You need to make sure you have a job and you have your own wheels and you have your own money. You know, don't put yourself into somebody else's life if you're going to be a burden. And I know this is really harsh to say, but you know, it's like, if you're an adult, you don't want to date somebody who comes off as a child. And I'm sorry, if, like, I don't have the money to pay for a teenager. That's why I have no kids. So I can't, you know, I can't go do stuff because I don't have money to pay for you as well, you know? And that's a bummer. And, you know, that's not okay. And he also had issues with, like, he had a very abusive life. But he was super open about it. And, like, he would tell everybody about it. And I had, like, literally all of my friends that met him for 10 minutes were like, I didn't want to know all of that. So I told him, I'm like, hey, and you might take some time to repair yourself because you're just too open about what happened and it's making people uncomfortable and it's disturbing people. So you might want to work on that before you put yourself into somebody else's life. And he's like, message received, and blocks me. I'm like, okay, whatever. No hard feelings. I find it hilarious because I was still willing to talk to him as a friend. Like, I didn't mind that, but I'm like, whatever. It's no hair off of my back. Anyway, so I got that, I had my lawn mowed by a professional and they ran over my water hose, which was funny. And I have some legal stuff going on that I can't talk about. So hopefully that resolves soon. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about my new job because I'm so excited about that. You have no idea how grateful I am to be in the medical field. Okay, well, let me know what's new in your life. What are you on lockdown? Are you in quarantine? Are you able to work? Let me know what's happening in your life. I would love to hear from you. And thank you so much for watching.